What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome to F1XL Season 8 race highlights. This is round 2, the Belgian Grand Prix. And just to point out that at the start of the season we do a generated calendar draw, so we do have a customized calendar compared to the real life actual calendar, just to mix things up. And if you have missed the first race of the season at Australia, do go check that one out. It will be on a playlist. And just a line from that race, I did finish in 4th, but the guy Jack Sparr, who finished in 5th, actually got his, appealed the penalty he received, so he actually jumped up the order up to 4th, and I ended up in 5th, sadly. But still 10 points to start the season. And at this one, at Spa, it is a strong track for me, so I expect it to be pretty good. But qualifying was an absolute disaster. I'm not great at qualifying, but this was horrific. My first lap, corner cutting. We do have strict corner cut rules on in this league for this season, so it's something to get used to. But Spa is not a track that's really that easy to corner cut. I mean, practice was great for me. I was putting in some great laps, but corner cutting au rouge, that's how bad things got. So I had to stay out and do another lap on these tyres, and I run really low fuel, which doesn't help me if I do a corner cut affected lap. So yeah, we're coming to the line on scrub tyres, P12. So annoyed with that. And then it started to rain as well, just to top things off. I didn't have any super soft tyres left, so I tried on the softs, but no, you can see there's no grip on the track. So yeah, that's qualifying over, and it looks like it's going to be P12 because no one else is going to improve. Here are the results, and it's an absolute disaster. I know in Australia I just genuinely didn't have the pace, but I felt I could have definitely got into the top 5 then. To see the pole sitter on soft tyres makes me think I could have got near the top. So I'm so disappointed with that one. I'm behind my teammate as well, so as a team we haven't had the greatest of sessions, and I'm actually the last runner on super soft tyres. So through corner cutting and then the weather, I've just totally messed up that session. So let's see what we can salvage in the Belgian Grand Prix. In terms of strategy, I wanted to start on the soft tyres. I thought the super soft tyres were pretty much redundant in this race based on practice and what I'd heard, because they last like 4 or 5 laps, I think. So I was going to try and go soft, soft, super soft, just to see if that could work, because I don't think tyre wear is that high around here. But yeah, I was trying to customize the strategy, and then I actually ran out of time. I forgot there's a timer when you do the strategy before the race. Of course, there's other drivers waiting for me. So yeah, so I got backed out of the strategy, and I'm on super soft tyres. I was absolutely gutted. I didn't want to start on these at all, so that was pretty annoying. And then suddenly at the start I'm on soft tyres. But here we go, round 2 of F1XL Season 8, 5 lights, and away we go. We actually get an awesome start for once. Yeah, we're trying to make our way through the field. We're going through the middle into turn 1, and we're trying to barge our way through. This is going to get very tight. We're squeezing through. I don't know how we got through there without spinning out, but yeah, we made a bit of contact, but it had to be done, and we're up to P7. That's 5 positions made up in the first corner. And I did look at my starting career mode, as someone's crashed at Eau Rouge as well. It's Binary, I think, who won the first race of the season. There's loads of cars out. This is insane, and the safety cars out. But yeah, I looked at my start from Spa in my career mode, and I was so conservative at the start, so I went for the opposite here. And yeah, that worked out a treat. We did get squeezed by a car on each side, but you can see how close it got. We got past the Sauber here, but the McLaren brakes very late on the right. There's the Force India on the left, and we just had to go for it. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact with Crawford on the left, and then we get squeezed on the right, and somehow we got through there. So that's absolutely brilliant. So behind the safety car, Linz has crashed out in front of us. That's unbelievable. And yeah, drivers were driving pretty weirdly behind the safety car, I thought. Yeah, they were like pretty much nose to tail. It was that close. You can see the 3 ahead of us, so close to each other. And I was thinking, what the hell is this? If someone brake checks you, then you're going to lose your front wing. So that's why I kept this gap to P3. I just thought it was an unnecessary risk. But yeah, cars were pushing behind the safety car. I thought it was a strange strategy. I don't know if they got damage or something, but we're up to P2. And we, apart from the start, we haven't overtaken anyone, which is unbelievable, and I'm glad I started on the soft. So away we go, we're restarting the race, and I thought I could have gone for it there, but I wasn't sure if I could overtake into that chicane. Thinking back, I probably could have, but yeah, we carry on with this race, and we're sandwiched by the 2 Haas drivers who have a very strong lineup this season. At the start of the season, it was me and Headshot, I think, were made favourites for the championship, but obviously most of us haven't seen these new guys, and clearly this guy ahead of me, Xbox Nuthead, has some serious pace. He got pole position on the soft tyres. So yeah, you can still see there's some debris on the track. So yeah, remnants of the first corner carnage. I think that took out 5 drivers, which is pretty insane. But on the Kemmel Straight here, we're trying to close in. We don't have the best straight line speed in terms of the default setups. I went for the middle one, which you know, it's strange compared to the other games in the past, because for Spa I'd always go 2 to the right. So yeah, I think most people are looking for the middle sector. So lap 8 here, we've lost track of Xbox Nuthead. He's got some serious pace, and then the VSC is out. And I looked at the minimap and reviewed this footage, and yeah, I couldn't really see anyone that had any issues, which was really strange. I don't know if it's for some debris on the track, but yeah, neutralising the race at the moment. You can't really gain too much in the VSC unless you slow down a bit too much and get behind your Delta. But it seems like I don't have the pace to fight Xbox Nuthead ahead of us. We have similar pace, but I think every once in a while he pulls out half a second. But yeah, we're settling in second, and we're just ahead of Headshot, and then he makes an incredible mistake coming round that right-hander, coming into the final sector. I think he's actually crashed into the wall and is out. So yeah, that's pressure behind me off, and yeah, I think it looks like a 2-horse race to win, as Xbox Nuthead actually comes into the pits. So I guess he would go on the medium tyres. 2 stopping from, well, making another pit stop from this point, I don't think would be a great idea for him. And I saw he came out in traffic fighting with Mr. Tans and F1XL Punisher, so I thought, I'm going to stretch this stint and try and go for the overcut 2 laps later. So we're coming in for hopefully our only stop of the race, going on to the medium tyres, and I actually was going to 2-stop, but the safety car seriously helped us out, so it made the 1 stop possible. We're coming out the pits, we're actually in P4. Xbox Nuthead is miles ahead of me, and he has overtaken the 2 cars who I thought would hold him up, but it doesn't seem to have worked, and we've actually lost a lot of time with them 2 extra laps on the soft tyres, and yeah, it hasn't worked very well. So we did catch up to the 2 cars who were fighting. Mr. Tans goes into the pits, so luckily we don't get held up at all with him, and now we're going to try and overtake Punisher if we do close in on him on this lap. But luckily for us, once again, he did come into the pits. It seems like I'm not going to get much on-track action. Apart from the first corner, yeah, it's been a bit of an uneventful race for me, but you can see the gap is 7 seconds to Xbox Nuthead, so I kind of accepted that I wasn't going to catch up to him. He's too quick and he gains so much time with me staying out longer. But yeah, P2. Mr. Tans is in 3rd, he's quite far behind me, so it's just strolling around really, trying to get to the end. And oh my god, Xbox Nuthead has crashed. I don't know what to make of this. The Haas drivers could have gifted me the victory. I'm in 1st place, I started 12th, gained 11 positions, and apart from the start, I've overtaken no one. That is unbelievable. I can't believe how this race has panned out. I've had decent pace, but I haven't really had to work hard for this race win, which is incredible to think. I have a huge, well, it wasn't huge, it was about 15-second lead to Mr. Tans, and the last 5 laps I was just chilling, cruising around, trying to bring the car home, no crashing, no corner cutting, but we're coming home, 2nd race of the season, unbelievable scenes, we've won our 1st race of the season, and it's Spa, one of my favourite tracks, unbelievable feeling there. There is the race result. A lot of DNFs, a lot of cars retired, there was quite a lot of crashing, and yeah, the Haas drivers just gifted me the victory there. I thought we could have a good battle with Headshot for 2nd, but I didn't have the pace to win this race. But yeah, beat Mr. Tans, Punisher rounds out the podium. Sadly, my teammate did crash out on the 1st lap, so no points for him. But yeah, I actually can't believe I won that. And on a 1-stop as well. Some cars are 4-stop there, which is shows there was a bit of carnage in that race. So I've actually taken the lead of the driver's standings, which I didn't really expect to happen after the 1st race of the season in Australia, but I guess it shows consistency pays off. I mean, the top 3 in the last race, I don't think scored any points. So Jack Sparr, with 2 consistent finishes, is in 3rd. So yeah, I think consistency is going to be key this season, and that's what I'm hoping will drive me to the championship in the end. So in the Constructors, we're 2nd, all points scored by me. So hopefully my teammate Justin can score a few points next time out. But yeah, if you've enjoyed that, please do leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more of my F1XL highlights, and I'll catch you in the next race. Goodbye.